Good morning, y'all. Welcome to another vlog. We're starting the vlog off walking today. There's Brooklyn. Hey, say hey, Brooklyn. I have company today. I thought I would just start the vlog off walking. I am on my morning walk. You guys have heard me mention it in a few of my videos. I do a morning walk most mornings. The only thing that prevents me from walking some mornings is, if my knee is bothering me or if my hip is bothering me or something like that. But even with that, usually once I start walking and I get walking like a good 15-20 minutes and everything warms up, everything gets better. So I walk 10,000 steps a day, which I know they say is not necessary, but it's just a good number for me to kind of stick to. Relaxed pace walks, not too much, but I just really needed to get back to some form of exercise. My life had gotten so busy that I just kind of stopped doing anything. Brooklyn, let's go this way, okay? This is her first day walking with me, and this child, 13 years old, I'm 50. She's talking about I walk fast. I can't do that high intensity stuff. I just can't do that anymore in my life. I did so much of that when I was younger. I was an athlete. I had a full scholarship to Michigan State University, track and field scholarship. I used to teach body pump in the gym. I've done all kind of stuff. I can't do that anymore, and I felt like that was putting more stress on my body, on my cortisol levels. So that wasn't working for me. And so, I was researching about, good morning. Good morning. Researching about walking, and I said, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I started consistently walking now for probably the last month. Today is June 23rd. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now. I usually get up at 5:30 and I'm out the door a little bit before 6. And I feel like it gets my day started off well, brings my stress levels down. It's helped with my anxiety. It's helped with my sleep at the end of the night. And I do fasted walks. I try to get the 10,000 steps in, fasted at one time. Like I don't break it up through the day. Every now and then I'll walk after I eat, because my doctor told me that it's just a good idea to walk within 10 to 15 minutes of a meal. That walking helps to deal with the glucose from the meal. Where this child at? Lord, she getting further back. Girl! She's so beautiful. It helps with my hormones. I'm in perimenopause, and I walk in what they call zone 2 cardio. It really grabs at my fat. I use fat for fuel. So I just keep my heart rate within that zone 2 cardio zone, which is 5 zones. Zone 2 is the zone that I walk in because it's just great for fat loss. I really enjoy this. It takes me about, it depends upon the day, an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to get over 10,000 steps. And it's really hot here. It's been getting up to 95 degrees. In the daytime. So I try to come in the morning, and it's still hot. I mean, even when we started this morning, it was like 78. Yesterday it was 74, and that was so nice, but it's been helping with my weight. I mean, it's one of those things that you have to be consistent with. It's not a magic pill. And I've definitely done some things to change my diet, which I'll tell you guys about in another video. And, walking along with the HRT, which, Lord have mercy, I don't know if you guys are experiencing this or not. I take a patch, the estrogen patch is what I take, and it has been back ordered for months, guys. I have looked far and wide for these estrogen patches, and the brand that I take, it's so effective. I've tried other brands, like Walgreens tried to give me another brand. And I tried, it was terrible. I felt like I was having withdrawal symptoms. All the hot flashes, palpitations, irritability, night sweats, everything came back. And so it got so bad that I asked my sister, who lives in Nashville. she was coming down from Mia's graduation. I checked a Walgreens near her. She lives in Nashville. And the lady at that Walgreens told me that she was like, oh my goodness, we're having a shortage too. I thought it was just our area. I said, no, I'm calling from Florida. The lady said, let me look. She says, because, you know, like I said, we're having a shortage too. And she came back to the phone. She was so excited. She was like, oh my God, I have it. And I said, well, how many do you have? Do you have, like, can I get like 3 packs? Because this one box is a month supply. She said, yeah, I can do 3. So I said, thank God. So my sister literally brought the estrogen patches to me from Nashville. So the good news is that I've gotten some, and I don't know if it's bad news or whatever, because like I am definitely dependent on these estrogen patches just because they make me feel normal. I mean, that loss in estrogen is the largest thing that has impacted me on my perimenopause journey. And these estrogen patches literally changed my life. So I guess you could say there's a dependency, if you will, but I'm okay with that because they just regulate so much and help me feel normal. So anyway, let me know. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you guys are experiencing the same thing with this shortage with the estrogen patches. I use the ones that's 0.05 milligrams or something, and I change the patch out twice a week. So yeah. All right, let me see where this child is. Lord, oh my God. All right, y'all, I'm finna turn around. I think she puckering up. You tired? You want to turn around or you want to slow down? Are you going to survive? What?
Barely.
Girl, you young. You shouldn't even be breathing hard. Your heart rate calm down a little bit. Good morning. Your heart rate calm down a little bit, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I just try to do a lot to maintain my physical health. I stretch a little bit after my walks. You guys know I go to the chiropractor. I get stretching. I keep ice packs or ice cups in the freezer. And after each walk, and sometimes before each walk, I ice my knee. A lot of maintenance going on, y'all. A lot of maintenance going on. But you know what? We're getting it in, and 5-10 years from now, it would just be worse. So the fact that I'm getting it in now and starting back up now is a lot better than me trying to do this 5 or 10 years from now. So I'll do all the maintenance. I'm okay with that, as long as it allows me to live the life that I want to live and do the things that I want to do and be as mobile as I want to be. All right. Good morning. Getting started bright and early.
Well, you know, it's not so much that, it's just the heat, you know.
I know, right? You want me to move this table back?
Yes.
Okay, let me. All right, guys, so the guy who built the screen enclosure, he's here today. He is going to be removing this pole. This has been the bane of my existence since we had this installed, because as you can see, it blocks the TV. So when we're watching TV, like, this has been in the way for years. You guys can see where we had the TV at, and I recently took the TV down. He's here now. He's going to remove this pole, but it still needs to have support because it's supporting the enclosure. So he's going to remove this pole and put 2 poles, like one on that side and one on that side, so that we still will have the structure. I'll still have the beams, but the TV will be free and clear. So we're very excited about that happening today. All right, guys, I am working from home this morning, and I have a sort of all-day meeting. As soon as I got back from my walk, I got something to drink. I ran in, getting ready to take a shower, then Ed came or whatever. So I've been working like outside, but he's out there today, and it's gonna be kind of loud. So I'm just gonna work from the inside today, probably just right here in the living room, because we have like this all-day meeting. But as you can see, it's a little untidy. So what I'm gonna do is kind of tidy this space up a little bit, and then kind of get it set up for me to work today. All right. I'm just kind of documenting the process before and the after. Oh, that was quick. It's cool. I'm excited, y'all. I already love it. You guys remember when we got these floors after the flood? I got these dark, can't remember the name of these floors. I love them, but they are a beast to keep clean. So I just swept and then I did the vacuum, and so now I'm gonna just do the Swiffer mop, the wet mop, to get, you know, just shined up and cleaned up, and then I'm gonna put it. All right, y'all, so I ended up doing a little bit more than I thought I was gonna do when I started sweeping. I just noticed so much dust and stuff, so I ended up doing a little bit more. All right, guys, let me log in to my meeting because it's almost 9 o'clock, and then I'll keep you guys updated on the progress that we are making on the lanai. It happened so fast. I started working, I missed it. Oh my goodness, I did. I missed it.
Well, I knew I couldn't get out that bolt, so there was no way I was gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't even tell it's there. Oh,
What I didn't bring is a vacuum cleaner.
no worries. I got it. Oh, Ed, that is so much better. We should have did it like that.
Well, you never know how you're gonna set up your furniture, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I thought that's just the best space for the TV. It's so good.
Why can't you just tell me? I just wanna be your bride, wanna be what